a follow-up to the last video. So, all the things that they try to label you, even if I was those things, you're still not allowed to commit crimes and engage in terrorism against me. What is happening to the world that people are really under the delusion thinking that this type of behavior is okay? And especially for something as petty as wanting clout online or on a platform. I've never seen people so lobotomized in all my life. But, I give you some grace because you are being influenced by technology. And maybe you're not aware, maybe you are. But for those that are unaware, I give you grace. It's all right, It is what it is. So anyways, if you were homeless, if you were an addict, if you were any of those things, nobody is allowed to touch you. Nobody is allowed to engage in crime against you. Nobody is allowed to harm your person. Nobody is allowed to physically do things to you. They don't get a pass because they're a Mason or they're a Satanist or they're in a secret society. Criminal is criminal. Harm is harm. And you are not allowed to do it. Just because you're drunk off of somebody else's power, it's not these people power. These people are power hungry, but they will never have access to this type of power. And when you engage in this behavior, you are always going to have to look over your shoulder, and somebody is always going to come for their pound of flesh, and you will always be in competition with somebody else who's looking for what you got. And when you engage in a unlawful and dirty manner, you give other people to play that same game against you. So the rules that you're willing to break and play with are the same rules that will be broken and played with against you, So if you women are out there and you are allowing others to harm children and harm other women, then that's you putting it out there that you think it's okay for others to come after you and for others to come after your children. The rules of engagement that you are willing to play by are the ones that you are going to be binded by. You're such spiritualists and you believe in metaphysics and all this kind of stuff, but you don't seem to understand that the rules you are willing to engage by are the ones that are going to bind you in the end. If you think it's okay for somebody else, it's okay for you. What's good for the geese is good for the gander. Or is it what's good for the gander is good for the goose? I don't know. Whatever. All I'm saying is that what you put out there is what you're going to receive. You should know that one, right? And, labeling people doesn't mean that you can do anything you want to them. If you are a decent human being, you want to give dignity and respect to other people. I don't think respect is something that you necessarily need to earn. I think it's something that can be reneged, right? I don't know you, but I'm going to treat you respectfully. I'm going to treat you with dignity. But if you show me a reason not to, I'm going to renege that. Do you understand? So a lot of people like to say that it's something that's earned, but I think it's something that you give naturally if you're a decent human being. And if somebody shows you that they're not to be treated in that manner, then you can renege it. But in terms of dignity, you want to give that to everybody. Human beings deserve that, It's not good to see others in a pathetic state or want that for somebody else. And I think it's easy to play around with certain people, and society sort of leaves space for that, but it doesn't make it right. You should try to treat other people with respect and dignity. And especially since a lot of these people are recruited from professional fields, I don't know why you would want to throw away all that hard work you put into being a nurse, or you put into being a lawyer, or you put into being a social worker. Why would you throw that away to go join a group of idiots? Really look out for yourself. Look out for your future. Look out for your kids. And then, look out for the rules of engagement that you put out there, because that will be what's coming for you or coming for your loved ones and coming for your children. Yeah? And if you're Black, you should especially have a second thought about that, because you know that the system is already stacked against you. So you think that when you join these little societies that you can make it work for you, and that's an illusion. Okay? Right? So, I don't know. Think about it, get it together, do better. You're not allowed to harm anybody just because you want to. And if you're not able to get it out the mud on your own, too bad. Too bad.